Okay, so the last problem I think was 76. So let's do 79. It actually says to use mental techniques. Carly Murray's allowance was raised from $4 per week to $5 per week. What was the percent increase? So mentally what we would do here is we'd say, okay, how much do we increase by? 1. What was the original amount? 4. So the percent increase is 1 divided by the original amount, 4. 1 over 4 is 0.25, or quarter, and we multiply by 100. So the answer would be A. Let's just do all of these. Boat purchase and sale. Susan Massey bought a boat 5 years ago for $5,000 and sold it this year for $2,000. What percentage of her original price did she lose on the sale? So that's, you got to be a little careful here. So not what percent is the sold price, but what percentage of her original purchase price did she lose? So the original purchase price is $5,000. She lost $3,000. So it's $3,000 divided by 5,000 times 100. Well, 3/5 is 0.6. So 0.6 times 100 is 60%. So the answer is D. Population of Alabama. The 2000 U.S. Census showed that the population of Alabama was 4,447,000, with 26% represented by African Americans. What is the best estimate of the African American population in Alabama? So we're given 4 choices, and so all we have to really do is multiply 4,447,000 times 0.26, or 26 divided by 100. So it's about a quarter. And a quarter of 4 million would be a million. So it's going to be more than a million, but not a whole lot more than a million. If we had 6 million, a quarter of 6 million would be 1.5 million. 60 divided by 4 is 1.5. So a number that is close to a million, but slightly more than a million, is answer C. Population of Hawaii. The 2000 U.S. Census showed that the population of Hawaii was 1,212,000, with 24% of the population being 2 or more races. What is the best estimate of the population? So again, you can kind of think of it in 2 ways. You could estimate it by round one up, round the other down to make it so. So let me just give an example. If you said, okay, let's just take a million, but instead of taking 21% of a million, let's say 25% of a million. Well, 25% of a million would be 250,000. So obviously C and D are not correct. So it's either A or B. And the other way you could do it is you could say, okay, let's take, if you took, say, 1.5 million and you took 20% of that, 5 million times 20% is like multiplying by 0.2, which would give you around 3. So it's either one or the other. I think we did less rounding when we went down to a million, up to 25, than we did when we went to 1.5 million and 20. So we would guess A, and A is correct. Okay, what else we got here? So last we did 82, 83, 84, 85. Okay, let's look at 85. A 40-year-old woman wishes to calculate her ideal MET, which is metabolic units. Write the expression using her age. Okay, so what do we say? the equations are 14.7 minus the age times 0.13. So I'm going to read this just because I'm curious. One way to measure a person's cardio fitness is to calculate how many METs or metabolic units he or she can reach at peak exertion. 1 MET is the amount of energy used when sitting quietly. To calculate the ideal METs, we can use one of the following expressions. Okay, so that one is, the first one is for men, and the second one women, and the second one is for men. So 40-year-old woman wishes to calculate her ideal MET. So all we have to do is take 14.7 times the age, minus the age, which is 40, times 0.13. So that's pretty easy. 14.7 minus 40 times 0.13. And I get 9.5. Oh, it says right. Okay, so that's A. B is what is the answer? 9.5. Okay, let's look at 88. Value of a 2003-0 Morgan dollar. In 1963, the value of a 1903 Morgan dollar minted in New Orleans in typical uncirculated conditions is $1,500. Due to a discovery of a large hoard of these dollars late last year, the value plummeted. Its value in 2010 was $550. What was the percent decrease in its value from 63 to 2010? So you always use the current value, whether it's going up or down, as your denominator. So the original value was $1,500. And how much did it decrease? Well, it went from $1,500 to $550. So that's the decrease that it has. So if you do that and you multiply by 100, you get a percentage. This gives you decimal. Multiplying by 100 gives you a percentage. And I get 63 1/3 or 63.33%. And I'll do one more probably here. Let's do tipping. So we'll do 93. We'll do all of them just because my kids always have a hard time about making sure I tip enough. Suppose you get extremely good service and you decide to tip 20%. You can use the first 2 steps listed, and then step 3, double the amount you obtain in step 2. Use this method to find the approximation of 20% for each restaurant. Okay, so what they're saying is round off the bill to the nearest dollar. Find 10% of this amount by moving the decimal point 1 place to the left. Take half the amount obtained in step 2 and add it to the result. That's for 15%. For 20%, you would just double the amount. So if you take 59.96, you multiply by 0.1, which is the same as just moving the decimal point. So you get 5.996, and you double that. So now we multiply by 2. And they said round it off to the nearest dollar, so I forgot to do that. So let's start all over again. So we round up to $60. Multiplied by 0.1, which is moving the decimal point. And then you take that number and you multiply it by 2, and 6 times 2, not 12. 6 times 2 is 12. So $20. That's 20% of 60. Let's go back and do 80, or do 90, 15%. Okay, so 15% of 38.32. Now, one easy way would be to round up to 40, but you'd be a little generous in that case. So I'll do it both ways just to show you how much difference in your tip would be. So if you were to round it off to $38, what they're saying is multiply it by 0.1, which is like moving the decimal point, so you get $3.80. So that's 10%. Then you take half of that, which would be $1.90, and you add those two together, which would be 0, 8 plus 9 is 17, plus 1 is 5, it would be $5.70. So that would be that way. The easiest way would be, say, let me round up to 40 because I can do that a lot easier. So you take 40 times 0.1, which is $4. You would take half of that, which is 2, and add them together, which is $6. So by rounding up to 40, I'm paying an extra 30 cents tip. Okay, let's do 2 more. So another 15%. So you're a real cheapskate here, and you get $5.15. So if you round that off to the nearest dollar, it's only $5. Multiplied by 0.1, which means you move the decimal point, so you get $0.5. Take half of that, which is 25 cents, and add them together, and you get 75 cents, or $0.775. And then we'll go back to 20%, so let's do 96. So we have $199.86. So we round that off to $200. $200. So these are cheapskates. These guys must be on some expense account. They bought a lot of drinks or something. Okay, so you multiply it by 0.1. That means you move the decimal point. So that's $20. And then you take $20 and double it. That'll give you 20%. So you have $40 as your tip. Okay, so that's it.